I just saw this video by a divorce lawyer and it said how not to lose your husband. And it was a video in response to a previous video he'd done where he said how not to lose your wife. So he's essentially giving advice to people on how not to end up in his office getting a divorce. And his tips and tricks are pretty simple. It's like, don't cheat, don't drink in excess, be nice to each other, apologize when you're wrong, right? Like simple things that I think most people who are in a healthy relationship agree are kind of like a standard bare minimum. But I know he probably sees it a lot in his office, and so he is sharing it with the world. But the thing that was really interesting to me was on the video where it was saying how not to lose your husband, women were leaving additional comments with their advice. And two of the ones that I saw that stood out to me were just so stereotypical and not actually rooted in any reality that it's just worth talking about, right? The first one said, don't get fat. Don't get fat. She said, it took me a long time to realize this one, but if you want your husband to love you, you have to stay fit. You have to look good. You have to do your makeup and your hair. And I find this one to be crazy because there's this narrative that women let themselves go in motherhood in particular, when in reality what happens is they end up on the very bottom of the list. It is their job to take care of everyone else before themselves. And so ultimately, they take the personal hit, whether it's to their mental health or physical health, whatever that is. And so this idea that you have to stay fit and looking beautiful for your partner is so frustrating because men already put in the bare minimum effort to look good for us, and the dad bod is in, right? But women, no, we have to stay hot, apparently, in order for your husband to love you, which I find to be crazy. So please don't take that advice. That is like, you should prioritize yourself and your health and your well-being, but not so your husband will love you. Like, he should love you regardless. But also, I saw a comment that said, stop spending your money. Stop spending the family's money. It's actually what it said, the family's money, which is crazy to me because we know that women aren't just spending recklessly all over town. Women are responsible for 85% of household spending. 85% of household spending. That's the toilet paper, the snacks, the coffee, everything your family needs, the toothpaste, right? They're paying the bills, they're paying the mortgage. Women tend to do that. And so that comment was really frustrating to me because I feel like oftentimes women will say, oh, my husband thinks I spend too much money on groceries. He thinks it shouldn't be this much money. But the guy has never stepped foot into a grocery store to know whether or not it costs that much money. And so anyways, I think some of this advice was good. The comment section was very, very interesting. But I think it's important for us to note that you don't have to stay hot in order for a man to love you. You never should have had to put on the charade to begin with. And also this idea that women are just willy-nilly spending the family money just isn't real.